UK Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the exciting season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Nice to be with you again. All the hooting and hollering is done here at the WM Phoenix Open. It's time to find out who wins here at TPC Scottsdale. I'm Luke Elvey alongside my great mate Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course bringing you all the shots, all the colour, all the action are Henny Quirk and John McCarthy. And Beamer, before we get out into all the action, just a few words on TPC Scottsdale.
Chaos, mayhem. It is the greatest show on grass. It's just, I mean, basically the town of Scottsdale is having a party for 125,000 of their closest friends and invited, 75 golfers to show up and be a part of it. I mean, how better can you describe TPC Scottsdale than that? It's more about what's going on outside the ropes than what's going on inside the ropes most days. And I gotta say, I love playing here. I think it's a blast, but boy, oh boy, these folks, they come to show you exactly how much fun they're having outside the ropes.
He's standing over his third shot. Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
A tricky little slider here. Downhill, moving to the left.
Currently 2 under for the tournament. Well, as we head to the second hole at Scottsdale, it's an important tee shot, Rich.
Sneaky driving hole here, Luke. You got some bunkers on the right-hand side that you can't quite make out, and you got a little bit more room down the left-hand side. Most players will bail it to left, though. You find that rough and makes that second shot just a little bit more difficult.
Not bad. Playing from around 160 yards. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Steps up to a putt of about 15 feet in distance. Wow, was that a rush of blood or something? Putting for par. Sitting at -2 for the event. Rich, I could see your eyes light up when you got on the tee here at 3. You love this tee shot.
There's not a par 5 that I don't think is very sexy, and this one is an all-American beauty. Just miss that bunker on the left-hand side or the rough on the right, and you can just bomb it down there and have a short second shot in.
Oh, absolutely flushed. Well, this is some lovely momentum to take into the tournament, coming off a last start win, Rich.
Can't think of any better momentum. Obviously, the players firing on all cylinders. Sit back, watch, and enjoy it.
Yeah, that was a safe play. 20 feet to the cup. Ah, the dreaded pull. Always disappointing on the greens. A par putt awaits. Okay, slow down now. That's enough. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
Yeah, putting for bogey here.
Okay, let's head to the next. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. Well, hopefully coming off the back of a birdie, Rich, we find ourselves on the first short hole of the day, the fourth.
Yeah, distance control is super important here. You got bunkers left and right and short as well. You got to hit it the right distance as this green chases away from you just a little bit to make that shot even tougher.
And he's down there. You got a read?
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
Just a short putt remaining here. Sitting at 1 under after that hole. Over to 5 we go now, Rich. Another par 4, and again, it feels like just ball in play.
Yeah, you really kind of have to manufacture some kind of shot shape. Just the bunker on the right-hand side, but there's really not much to this tee shot. It actually lull you to sleep.
Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty. Sitting at 1 under. And that one's on the dance floor, but a long way from the DJ. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
Yeah, guys, he's looking at around 17 feet.
And after that hole, he's no longer sharing top spot. He's at the summit all alone. The tee shot here at 6, Rich, just sort of sits against the player's eye, doesn't it?
There's 5 bunkers out there, Luke, that are perfectly placed, especially the 3 down the left-hand side. That's where the player's eyes are drawn to. Only the biggest hitters, though, can fly them all.
His second shot here. He leads the field by a stroke. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Scorecard filled with 3s never hurts. Good putt to make this. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Oh, it's so hard to tell, but I think it's a little bit right to left.
Put a good stroke on this one. Good speed about it. Look at this. And finishing this hole with a tap-in putt. And after that hole, our featured player leads by 1. The second par 3 on the front nine's longer 7th hole, Rich.
This is so difficult. I'm even laughing, remembering when I played it years ago. Finding this green is nearly impossible. It still gives me the heebie-jeebies. You got to hit a long iron, towering at long iron, and see if you can't get to land soft enough to hold this green.
This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. And he's holding steady in first place after that one. Shot shaping is the order of the day at TPC Scottsdale. It looks like we've got another one here on the dogleg left par 4/8.
I'm going to say more bunker avoidance is necessary here, Luke. Those 2 down the left-hand side, you want no part of them. They are nasty.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Okay, I didn't see that from the rough.
Sitting at 2 under. Currently leading.
Looking good. Getting battered.
Oh, it's in the hole. Beautiful. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Okay, to the closing hole on the front nine, Rich, and the tee shot requires some accuracy once again.
It does, but it's actually a little bit more generous for the shorter players. For the longer players, it actually narrows up right there because they can't quite carry that fairway bunker down the right-hand side, so it might run out a little bit too far to the left.
Lining up from around 160 yards. This one looks like it's going right. A chance to move deeper under the card. This putt's for 4 under. And he's down there. You got a read?
Looks like this will move to the left-hand side as it goes up the hill.
Good putters will make these. Right on 5 feet. Well, this is when the knees start to knock. The sweat starts to appear on the palms of your hands, Rich. Just a slender lead with 9 to play.
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. Sitting at 3 under par. Here we are, Rich. A wonderful opportunity on the table. The chance to go back-to-back. Just how big would that be?
Obviously massive, but I'm very impressed. They've put themselves in a position to win for the 2nd week in a row. Impressive.
He'll be disappointed with that one. That was a pushed putt. Let's try and make this one. Only dropped the one shot. And as we look at the leaderboard, our player out in front is leading by 1. Well, as you get to the 11th tee shot, Rich, you just don't want to have an attack of the lefts. From around 180 yards out. Currently in the lead by a shot. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it. Putting for birdie here. It's just about 3 feet away. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost. The 12th at TPC Scottsdale is not as popular as the 16th in terms of par 3s, but it still presents a test, doesn't it?
It's still fraught with dangers. Deep bunkers left. If you hit it too long and too far on the right-hand side, obviously you're coming in the water. This is a hole you just want to find the left front portion of the green, 2-putt, and go away.
Geez, making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead. And as we head to the next tee, our featured player leads by 2. The par 5, 13th hole.
It's a tee shot, Luke, that you're not afraid of, but still there's danger both left and right if you're not careful. But listen, these guys love this tee shot, and when you love a tee shot, you usually perform.
Found the deep rough. This will take a big hack to get out here. Well, this will be a big birdie here. Good putt to make. That one had plenty of heat on it as it went past the hole. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. Still in the lead now after that hole. Standing on the tee at 14, it feels like a slight reprieve after the challenges we've had before.
This is probably the most comfortable tee shot these guys will face all day. That bunker's not in play. Fairly generous driving area. Go ahead and just get on it.
This shot from about 190 yards out. Setting up for his third shot. And if this can go down, he'll save par. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. On the tee here at 15 reach, there's a whole lot of agua down the left-hand side, but you can't be thinking that.
You can't, but you know it comes into play. The longer you hit it, the more that comes into play down the left-hand side. You got to keep it down the right third of this fairway. Find the fairway. You can have a great opportunity to knock it on in two.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Ooh. You know, Luke Donald once made all 400-plus attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour. And that putt drops, now 1 under, heading to the stretch.
Hang on to your hat, folks. We're on for a wild ride.
Going with the 7. Second shot here on the 16th. A sigh of relief. Happy to be putting again. This putt for par here. And the putt goes down. A nice display of resilience in the end.
And to be fair, getting it up and down out of the bunker, albeit that was a pretty simple, straightforward bunker shot.
Pretty good shot there.
That wasn't full of courage, that shot. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. Ooh, back there, horsey.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Well, we've come to the last here at TPC Scottsdale, but there's still some work to be done.
There's a lot of work to be done. Finding it in the middle of this fairway is not one easy task, even for the longest hitters. That bunker down the left-hand side, the church pews, that sees a lot of action. So the other two up there, this is really a hole that you got to thread it out there with either a 3-wood or driver, but it's pretty much one of the most underrated, difficult driving holes on the golf course.
If he can hold this, he'll win the tournament. Well done to this player who was able to tame TPC Scottsdale and walk away with the WM Open victory.
And an impressive victory it was there, Luke, in front of 125,000 fans on this Sunday. That was impressive.
This is impressive. To win out here on tour is a big deal, but to go back-to-back, Rich, how significant is that?
Impressive. Absolutely impressive. Winning breeds winning, but it also takes a lot out of you. So to contend again the week after winning, boy, I'd say this player is something special.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich B, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're back at Riviera, where a champion will be crowned. It's the final round of the Genesis Invitational. Andrew Catalan here, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy down on the course. And Rich, we're set up for a great week here at Riviera Country Club. The stars will be out. What makes this place so special?
I think it's not only the golf course, but the history behind it, Andrew. If you look back, Ben Hogan had a great run here, won 2 LA Opens here, also the US Open. I just look at this golf course as it's so special, so difficult, but it's right in front of you. There's nothing hidden about it. It's right there for the taking, but in the end, though, it's going to beat you up pretty good if you're not on top of your game. This, to me, is probably one of the most complete golf courses you can play in the U.S.
This one appears to be fairway bound. This is about a 230-yard shot. Okay, that'll play. How about this birdie putt? He makes the putt and extends his lead.
Setting the tone early in this round.
Let's take a moment to update everything on the course with a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, our featured player is in first place. Now to the tee of the par 4 third hole.
Nice birdie in the last hole for a change. First one of the day. They needed it desperately. Now, next hole, looking for more.
You think about the confidence this player has after winning in their last event.
Winning breeds confidence, doesn't it? It wouldn't surprise me to see them make another strong one at the title again this week.
Okay, Henny, what can you tell us about this putt?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out.
Well, a par would look really good on the scorecard right now. Our featured player continues to look good out there, currently in first place. Three wood on the way. That's a tough one to swallow.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
Sitting at 1 under, currently leading this event. That was close. This putt from 5 feet away.
This for a bogey.
Here's a look at the way things stand. He is ahead by 8.
Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
So no movement on the leaderboard there, remaining at even overall. I'd be booking in for some lessons if I was swinging it like that. He's setting up for his second shot. Straight into the trees. Putting for bogey. Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
A tricky little slider here, downhill, moving to the left.
4 feet to the cup. Well, a disappointing double bogey for our leader there, but that's provided some wonderful opportunities for the chase pack. And that'll ensure he remains in first place.
Over to the par 4 7th hole.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Let's see if the player can manage a par. Oh, that one is way too strong. 4 feet to the cup. That's a bogey on the scorecard, and now the lead is trimmed. Over to number 8. It's a par 4. That's the type of swing you want to take with you every time out. Pulling hybrid out of the bag. A very long putt coming up. Henny, what do you see in this putt?
There's a slope here, and it's going to go right to left on the slope.
Before we move on to the next hole, we show you that our leader is up by 6. Over to hole number 9. It's a par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Big shot out of the green side bunker. Here's a bogey putt. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player is up by 5. We start the back 9 with a par 4.
Trying to bounce back after that bogey at the last.
I like that one. Target practice with these approach shots, just like that. All right, Henny, what do you see here?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
Great putt there for birdie. As we check out how things stand, our leader has a 6-shot cushion.
Well, that's a handy shot. Second shot here on the 11th. Well, Rich, in the thick stuff here, not a good spot to be. They caught it really clean out of the rough. This one could work. And he's down there. You got a read?
This is just going right the whole way along.
It's pretty handy here. This is a par putt. In she goes. Let's head to the next. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevent you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Sitting at 3 over par. Not a bad play, that one. 18 feet to the cup. That's disappointing. An opportunity to make a par here. Well holed. Let's move on. Okay, holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Well, this would be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. Might need to get the feel back on the putting green. This putt is of 9 feet. Sitting at 3 over for the event.
We've hit the par 4, 15th hole.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
This is his 3rd.
This one's got eyes for the flagstick.
Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
Right to lefter, up the hill. Can be positive with this one.
A bogey on the scorecard, and the rest of the field likes to see that.
And a nice feeling it must be to have that sizable of a lead coming down the stretch.
Let's see if 8-iron was the right club. Second shot on the 16th hole. "12 feet to the cup."
This for par.
Just needed a little bit more on that one. That's a bogey on the scorecard, and you don't want to give the rest of the field any hope.
You're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Wow, what a swing right there. And we're looking at the second shot on 17. That will definitely work. Too much power on that shot. Henny, what more can you tell us?
Setting up this putt 16 feet from the cup.
The putt goes in, and the lead continues to grow. And after that hole, our featured player still atop the leaderboard. He's made his way to 18 with the lead. Time to get it done. Wow, what a swing. Henny, what can you tell us about this shot?
Setting this one up from around 215 yards.
This putt to be a Hollywood star at Riviera to win the Genesis Invitational. Wow.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just...
There it is. Our featured player wins the Genesis Invitational.
And no better venue than Riviera Country Club to win.
Rich, just an incredible performance. Back-to-back wins on tour.
Such a hard thing to do, carrying momentum from one week into the next, but getting it done at the day's end. Truly, truly magnificent.
Just a phenomenal day. We can't wait to do it again. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. Thanks for watching.